Hello. So we're going to go ahead and try a little bit different style for this video here. Sitting in my rocking chair in the backyard, early morning, birds are chirping. So yeah, a little different than the old-fashioned videos, but it's post-COVID-ish, so trying something new. I wanted to talk about childhood labels. Um, One thing I was noticing throughout the whole COVID process is that I was kind of reevaluating myself. I think maybe a lot of people were doing this. Maybe it's good, you know? Maybe not everybody was doing it, though. What I came to realize, though, is that there's a lot of labels that I put on, or that I keep on myself, that were given to me by others when I was young. And I think this is something to think about. Um, because, like, some of these labels are still good, like, they still fit. They're still me. So, for instance, when I was young, people said I was very sensitive, and that's not a bad thing. It I think not as many men are told they're sensitive when they're kids, um, so it helped me, I think, to grow up and become, embrace being more sensitive, I guess, because it was like told to me that I was sensitive, so it made sense. Upon reevaluating, I still am sensitive. Maybe not as sensitive as I was when I was younger, but I still am like sensitive. So like, there's certain labels I think that fit. Like that one works. I was sensitive when I was a kid. I'm still sensitive. That's good. That's okay. There's other labels I think that can be harmful. Um, One of mine was impatience. When I was a kid, I was very impatient. I'm a kid. You find a kid who's patient. Something's wrong with them. I was very impatient, and that label of being patient or being impatient, that kind of stuck with me. A lot of people, a lot of family told me I was impatient, um, and I think over time, I just assumed that that's who I am, not realizing that as I've gotten older, um, I've developed more patience. I guess if that makes sense. Um, so like maybe I'm not so impatient now as I once was. I don't know. Something to think about. So like I don't know. Maybe the patience thing. That's something I'm kind of like getting rid of. The idea that maybe I am becoming more patient. The other thing is that I talked a lot when I was a kid. I know people who know me now say, "Really? What changed?" Nothing. I still talk a lot, obviously, but I'm trying to learn to listen more, and I think that's something that like it matters. And when I was younger, I was young. I didn't know. And I just couldn't stop myself from talking all the time. But as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I am listening more. Not as much as I'd like to, not as much as I should, but I'm making progress in the right direction. So, like, maybe that's one of those childhood labels I don't need anymore, you know? Like, maybe I'm talkative, but maybe I'm not so talkative that it's like a huge issue now, you know? I think my point, though, is that I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, I don't know, every so often, we should go through all of the labels that we associate with ourselves, um, find where they originated, realize what impact they've had on us, and decide whether or not they still fit who we are now. It's like, imagine you find an old box of clothes that you haven't worn in 10 years. Maybe some of those clothes still fit you, and maybe some of them are still going to look good, maybe even better, but maybe some of them aren't. And the only way you're going to find out is if, you open that box and you try on the clothes. I mean, worst case scenario, you find out none of them fit, you throw them all out, and you reinvent yourself. In best case, you find out a lot of them still do fit. It turns out that you kind of knew who you were the whole time. I don't think it's an unhealthy exercise. Um, and I think that maybe last year, like COVID and everything slowing down, it gave me an opportunity to really dig. And I'm hoping a lot of you guys did that as well. Because it feels better to come out of something like that more in touch with who I am, and more aware of like who I was, who I am becoming, what's changed, what's the same. Um, you know, I think it's healthy. I think a lot of people don't like to look at that. Um, yeah. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I do want to throw out there, I am vaccinated. I know it's a personal choice for people to get vaccinated, but I do advocate getting it done while you can. I know you're thinking, oh, I'll just wait, I'll just wait, I'll just wait. There will be no supply in a few more months. So please, please do it now while it still matters. If you wait any longer, nobody's going to care, honestly. Like, do it now while you can still be a part of, impact the society. And if you've got personal reasons why you're not doing it, I understand, kinda. Um, but I had a lot of personal reasons too, and I did it. I did it because it matters more to society. Um, Not because I was afraid of dying, but because I didn't want to carry it unknowingly and hurt and harm other people. I like going out to garage sales, I like doing things, and I want to be able to do those things without guilt. And those of you who haven't gotten vaccinated, I don't know how you sleep at night, personally. No offense. I, I needed to do it so that I could sleep at night, right? And maybe other people, maybe y'all just don't care. I don't know. But give it some serious consideration. I will not mention it ever again, but I had to mention it once. I will try to do a video like this every week or so. I have a lot of topics that I'd like to talk about because I thought about a lot of stuff during COVID, and I had a lot of time on my hands to like write and communicate and think. So yeah, comment if you guys have any comments. Let me know if you guys have any feedback, and enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.